So when we think about the employment of the drones as we've defined them here, do you believe they can have decisive advantages in conflict, or are these really support tools that are best utilized for specific tactical purposes, defensive in nature, surveillance in nature? Help our listeners understand where this technology really is today in the toolbox for a military leader.
Well, it's a great question, right? For two reasons. One is that within Afghanistan and the U.S. intervention in Afghanistan, we saw that a drone started the conflict and ended it with Bush's strike against Nek Mohammed, the Taliban leader in Baluchistan, several decades ago, and then Biden's use of a drone to kill Ayman al-Zawahiri, the Al Qaeda leader in Kabul in 2021, right? But I would tell you that it actually depends as a second point. I mean, when we start thinking about the implications of drones, and because the spatialization of war is such that you and I could sit at our house in the morning, sipping coffee or having a bourbon at night and watch these capabilities and the tactical effectiveness, the respatialization of war kind of leads to a false outcome here, a spurious result that they are decisive, that they are game changing, and in military parlance, that they are shifting the nature of warfare. The nature of warfare, Clausewitz and Thucydides and other war theorists will tell us is immutable. It's nasty and brutish. It's about the clash of human wills. It's about overcoming adversary sort of emotion, right, to achieve effectiveness over time. The character of warfare is about the way that we fight based upon technological innovation and the development of novel capabilities, right? And so if we take a look at drones in Ukraine, for instance, but we could talk about any number of other examples. If we take a look at drones in Ukraine from that optic, we can see that they've had more implications for the character of war versus the nature of war on the one hand. And then two, strategically, they haven't had the decisive effects that the so-called tech enthusiast or determinist scholars would want us to believe. So yes, I do think that drones have a place in modern warfare, certainly semi-autonomous drones, but they're much more tactically oriented and operationally focused. And then furthermore, the overall effectiveness of this will depend on the sort of strategic context we're in, what type of war we're in. Now, Brian, where this may change, and this may be a segue for conversation going forward here, where this may change is, in fact, for the incorporation of artificial intelligence into drones, these so-called laws or lethal autonomous weapon systems. That is an outstanding question.